Hello and welcome to the BVB update for July 16th. I'm Stefan Butzko and in this format I cover all Borussia Dortmund news of the day and other shenanigans, and it's going to be a jam-packed episode, so let's dive right in with the personal updates. And as you can see, much revolves around Nico Schulz in the reporting by Kicker and Ruhrnachrichten today. But before I cover that, Tom Rothe has some muscular problems, the young left back, and thus meaning Borussia Dortmund are bringing back Prince Anning from the under-23s. He is now on the plane and will arrive tomorrow in Switzerland because Tom Rothe will be out for a couple of days or a week or so, and they want another left back. Also because Nico Schulz is not participating in a lot of the training sessions. Dortmund, for example, today had an 11 vs 11, as you can see here. And in the background, you would see Nico Schulz training pretty much by himself. I think Jamie Bino-Gittens and Emre Can and Gio Reyna are back there too, training individually. Dirk Krampe said today that Gio Reyna and Can you should probably not expect them back before mid-August. So I think that's an interesting info, but obviously Dortmund are trying to take it super slow. Dirk Krampe also said that Salih Özcan, who had a press conference today, has been seen limping for a little bit, but more on that in a little bit. But yeah, also later in that training session today, there was Nico Schulz back training with all the other players. So I don't know how hot all of this Nico Schulz reporting is, but these are the headlines right now. So this is the update I'm giving you. Also, they have highlighted that Akanji is not playing as a center back during the 11 vs 11, but in defensive midfield. Probably, I guess, replacing Özcan in that position because Koulibaly right now is sort of the fourth center back. On the other side, both were 4-2-3-1 systems. And yeah, Paslak and Murray both have filled in as left backs during that training session. And yeah, Dirk Krampe also noted that Schulz is lagging behind despite his pace during the sprints. So yeah, make of that what you will, but there of course were a lot of quotes coming from Marco Reus today because of course as the team captain he needs to be the first one to give a player press conference. I know there were two today, but he was first, and you can read all about it on the yellow wall. I've summarized a lot of quotes there, but I'm also going to read them now to you if you prefer that format. So yeah, about him playing in his final contract year, and I found that very interesting. If you want to read more into this, he said, "I already said everything that I needed to say about the contract extension. During the last weeks, I still have many good years left in the tank, and I'm perfectly healthy." So the fact, maybe he said it subconsciously, wasn't quite aware, but that the fact that he said the contract extension rather than I don't know, my final year of the contract or whatever, maybe we can read into this that he's going to extend his contract. I personally at least expect that. And yeah, he also was talking about his injury that he suffered on international duty and why he came back a little bit sooner from his vacation. And there he said, quote, "Considering that we have a new coaching staff and many new players, it was important to me to be back from vacation early. I could do my individual training during my vacation without much trouble because it was only a minor muscular tear, which did not set me back a whole lot. I could fully train with the team right from the beginning of the preseason." And about Edin Terzic and the coaching staff, he said, and he was initially asked whether there's a club feeling back, and he said, no, there's no club feeling. Edin Terzic has his own philosophy, and he showed that already during his first stint as a coach. Now becoming the permanent head coach, he has a beautiful task in front of him. He's very focused but also easygoing. His youth helps him connect with us players, and he had success with us beforehand, which is also extremely important. Edin is bursting with anticipation because he never coached in a sold-out stadium, and so he's looking very much forward to that. And about the composition of the overall coaching staff, he said, "I love the composition of the coaching staff. Peter Hermann is an old fox whose experience is going to be a big help, and Sebastian Gebhardt is another breath of fresh air. And you can tell that Sebastian and Edin have worked together for a long time. It's going to help the team a lot because they will have everything under control when things get hectic." And he was also asked about Sebastian Aller and how he will replace Erling Haaland. And there he said, quote, "I think he's a fantastic striker. When we played against Frankfurt, he made life very uncomfortable for our center backs. He's a complete striker. Maybe he's not as fast as Erling, but he's very tall. He's got a good technique. He's comfortable in the box and can cope with high balls. And for us combination players, it's important to have someone to play off of." With the exception of speed, we haven't lost many weapons. Our striker always has to be a fixture up front who needs to be involved in our game. At the same time, we want to become more flexible. We want to have a goal threat from even more positions. But obviously, Sebastian will be important for us, especially when it comes to his hold-up play after long balls or goal kicks. So yeah, there you have it. He said a couple more things, but you know, there's only so much time I have in the day, because I also transcribed what Salih Özcan had to say. You can see here, a fearless destroyer, he calls himself. And yeah, he of course was asked about his playing style, and he said, I've played in different positions, in different systems, but I feel comfortable on the number 6 position. In terms of playing style, I describe myself as a destroyer, but also like to feed the attack with passes. And then he continued, I never hold back going into a tackle, whether I get injured or the other guy. I don't fear anything. In Cologne, we played football with a high press and counter press. I'm confident that my playing style will help Borussia Dortmund. I think that sounds very promising, and the fact that he is wearing number 6 on his shirt also underscores that Borussia Dortmund really do see him as the ball hunter in central midfield, and I really do hope we get to see more of him. But obviously right now he's sidelined because he got a knock in training, and he said about that today, quote, I got a painful knock in training, so everything needed to be checked, but I'm okay, and after training individually today, I will rejoin the team training shortly. So yeah, as I said yesterday, Özcan obviously did not fly with Dortmund to Bad Ragaz immediately, so he sort of joined the team in Switzerland a bit later in the day. And as Dirk Krampe said earlier, he's been seen limping a little bit, so I don't know when he's going to rejoin. But obviously right now, you know, every hour, every training session counts, because Dortmund only do have 2 weeks to get acclimatized to each other. And yeah, then the season pretty much is underway. So having Salih Özcan not there right now is far from ideal. But yeah, this is how things go in the preseason, you know. Just ask Tom Rother. I'm sure he isn't happy that he's sidelined for, I don't know, a week or so with his muscular problems. But, you know, that's the benefit of Prince Aning then. But yeah, let's move on to the next story, and that revolves around Manuel Akanji. Sport 1 came out with a story today saying that he's very picky when it comes to a new club, and apparently he has declined offers from Italian clubs in recent days. Nevertheless, he still wants to improve his sporting and financial situation, and his dream is still to play for Manchester United. However, of course, United might not have him on their wish list, so him and his agent are monitoring the situation at Inter Milan, Napoli and PSG. Juventus have confirmed to Sport 1 that they're not interested in Akanji as maybe a potential De Ligt replacement. And yeah, they also write that Dortmund offered Akanji a 9 million per year contract extension last season, but yeah, he did not, of course, agree to that, as we all know. And so in the coming days, Dortmund and Akanji's agent will hold another meeting just to see what the new situation is, because Dortmund want to very quickly get him off the books, because he is making over 500,000 euros per month. So yeah, every week apparently counts there for Dortmund. And of course, they also would like to receive a transfer fee of around 25 million. And yeah, also very interesting, he posted on Instagram today where he said, here to perform, #not done yet. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. Did the offers he wanted not arrive, and now he's decided to continue for Dortmund and leave on a free transfer next season? I don't know, but nevertheless, an interesting post. So yeah, let's move on to the next story, and that is about Bild writing that Borussia Dortmund and Schalke both are eyeing the same 17-year-old Polish kid from Lech Poznan. And yeah, it's about Antoni Kozubal, who's 17 years old. His contract is running until 2024, and he's a defensive midfielder, and his role model is Frankie de Jong. And Bild are reporting that there were already held talks with Borussia Dortmund for the under-19 and also with Schalke, but I think Ajax are also reported to be interested among others. So yeah, let's keep an eye on that if you want. But yeah, I'm going to move on, and this is of course one of my favorite subjects. And yeah, I've been criticized for that actually, that I'm even talking about him. But of course, Robert Lewandowski will join Barcelona, and this has been pretty much confirmed now. And yeah, I kind of want to know from you people, how do you think this will increase Borussia Dortmund's title odds? Because I personally am very happy that he's leaving Bayern Munich, because as you can see here, From all the games he's played as a professional player, he's played not only the most against Dortmund, but he's also scored the most goals against Dortmund of his career. 27 goals in 26 games, and as you can also see here, he has collected 13 yellow cards. So I don't think there's a club out there where he has played as hard as he did in games against Dortmund. And obviously he is the #1 or #2 striker in the world. I don't know what the power ranking is against Karim Benzema or Mbappe right now, but yeah, he's of course extremely good, and I think Bayern losing him will, I don't care who they replace him with, will of course make them a worse side. So just from that standpoint, I think the Bundesliga might become a little bit interesting, and also in the standpoint of the direct duels, as I just highlighted, Dortmund might have better chances now without him. And you know, if you win the direct duels, the title odds also increase in my book. So yeah, there are people that said that it's going to be a 0% chance for Dortmund to still win the Bundesliga, but I don't know. I think it increased a little bit. Obviously, Bayern still have made some very, very good transfer business. But you know, just to get a little bit of excitement here going, and I very much rejoice about Lewandowski leaving, just like I rejoice about Robben and Ribéry leaving. But you know, they still want the title every single year. So yeah, let's move on to the last story here, and that is about Marco Rose having a couple of quotes. I think he was hanging around some game of Lok Leipzig, you know, just enjoying his free time, and also reported by Yellow Wallpod host Lars Pollmann. And Marco Rose said about his situation in Dortmund, quote, "We weren't that unsuccessful, we were vice champions. Nevertheless, I'm on vacation now, but all in all, I'm okay with the situation, obviously. I want to eventually work again." So yeah, obviously not a big interview about the ins and outs of exactly what happened, but I think he was just asked, and someone wrote down a couple of sentences. That's pretty much it, but I still thought you might want to hear about it, so I added it. So yeah, this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.